Welcome to Lifestyles and Leisure Living. My name is Marisa Bludon. I am your host. I am the editor-in-chief of Own It Magazine and Publishing. Lifestyles Magazine is a subsidiary to Own It. Own It is the personal, professional, and business development. We also have the Lit Magazine, which is literacy awareness, where we advocate for literacy awareness, our authors, our publishers, and our speakers. And also, too, we have Lifestyles and Leisure Living, where there is all work and no play, no way. And so we are excited this year to be back again with the Own It X live speaker event here in the Dominican Republic. We're going to mix work and play, and we're going to do that all day, every day throughout the event. That's May 1st through the 4th, and it's here again in the Dominican Republic. If you're interested in participating in any kind of way, email us at Marisa at ownitmagazineandpublishing.com. And so taking center stage and owning it with me is our triple cover feature. Dr. Jeffrey Berger is a part of our contributing writer team. And he is an international best-selling author, #1 best-selling author in personal and professional development and journal writing, as well as African philosophy. He has been in multiple different Own It anthology projects, and he's also written his own book. And he'll be here to talk to you about that himself. He is a global ambassador as well, and he's going to take center stage. Dr. Jeffrey Berger is in the house. Triple cover, Own It, personal, professional, business development, Lit, literacy awareness, and lifestyles and leisure living. All work and no play, no way. Hey, Dr.
Berger! How you doing?
Good. And you're going to be taking center stage and owning it with us in a few months here in the Dominican Republic, where we'll be relaxing, tranquila, letting our hair down, totally.
Maybe you are, but not me.
Oh, my goodness. So, Dr. Berger, I gave them a little bit of an introduction of who you are, but tell our audience, who are you?
So who am I? That's really a loaded question. So I'm just that guy who grew up in the country with dreams and ambitions, and it has taken me through a roller coaster ride of life in many, many ways. And you'll have to catch on a lot of that stuff in my articles and things like that. But today, everything has really led to me being the CEO and founder of my own company, Abundance and Optimum Wellness, after 27 years of grueling corporate America lifestyle and working as a software engineer, to becoming an owner of my own business and stepping out into my uncomfortable zone to do that, because I thought that was the way we're supposed to do, is go find a nice, safe, secure job and retire happy. Well, that don't work anymore. So today I'm really a certified holistic coach and really focusing on a finance-first approach to what I'm calling is all-encompassing personal well-being by embracing new ways to true wealth in the modern world. And that true wealth really encompasses a formula that I pulled together of, I believe we all should be living a life of abundance and optimum wellness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And I live and breathe and share that from the bottom of my heart, because I have found by exploring diverse paths over the last 10 years has really opened the doors to true wealth in every sense. And I'm truly blessed by people like Marisa and her circle of influence and those individuals. But today I'm a global ambassador as well for an innovative company that I'm very, very excited about, that's revolutionizing the future of real estate through technology, education through metaverse and the AI, financial tech, bringing in what is coming into the forefront of this fintech, financial tech, of digital currency, and really embracing the learning of that, thinking I would never get involved with tech again, but here I am. That's where the world is going. So really my mission for everybody, so they're aware, is is to, go out there and be beyond the business aspect. It's about providing a global minded individuals with the new ways to true wealth in this modern world, because we are living in systems that are broken and corrupt, and we want to help people break away from that financial fatigue of stressing, and go to financial freedom, walk that pathway. And it's all about creating the opportunities that are out there, because they are out there, but it's a matter of getting them in front of people and sharing that with them, because they don't know where to look. Providing that access that they can take a look at it, and then which allows it to be more inclusive for everybody who is going to eventually be required to be supportive of this digital world, where everyone has a chance to thrive in every way, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. So that's
Wow.
who I am.
Yes, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, listen, you're a triple cover feature. You're on
I know. I never in a million years would I think triple.
triple cover feature. Own It, Lit, and Lifestyles magazine. Now, on this cover, on the Lifestyles magazine, you chose to have share the cover with your husband Joshua Von Braun. And what was your thoughts about making that decision? Because not everybody wants to share their cover. So,
I know. I know. So, yeah, I really thought long. No, you know what? I didn't think long and hard. I always, So let me give you a foundation, to the viewers. We met in 2000, July 2nd of 2006, and we've been together ever since. We got married in 2011, so that's 19 years we're together, and he's basically been the rock of my existence. Has supported me in every step of the way, through good times and through very bad times, and that is through health and my financial situations over the last 19 years. So he's been there supporting, and I see other famous couples who are out there on the covers, and I'm like, well, why not us? Why not us? So this was a way for me, and he doesn't even know it yet. I'm waiting for it to be ready and it's published, and then I'm going to put it out there and put his name in there, and he's going to see it because he's not seen the cover. But this is my way to say thank you to the readers for and expressing my deepest thanks to him personally, with the gratitude and love that he is an incredible human being. And I can count on one hand, how many arguments we've gotten into in 19 years.
wow.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is. I can attest to that. And so, share your. You are all about embracing new ways to true wealth in the modern world. Before we go into that, I want to share. You've been around the world in the last year or so, and I don't even know how much you've traveled prior to. So, talk to us about your experience in Singapore. Will you share a little bit about your experience? Because I know that that's where you just got your honorary doctorate's degree.
Right.
And so share a little bit about your experience in Singapore. How was that for you?
So it was a quick trip, very quick trip, a long way to get out there. But I was there in September of 2024 to receive my honorary doctorate, and did get out into the city. I actually went with my wealth coach, Dr. Tahir Hussein, who was he and Dr. Lord Lothar Rapior from Germany, a very, very dear friend who actually introduced me to this global world of real estate, digital currency, so forth and so on. But it's a beautiful city. I didn't get to see as much as I wanted to because I was there for 3 days.
Wow. And how was it? How long was the trip to get there?
Oh my gosh. It was 30, I think it was 33 hours.
I thought so. Okay.
With lots of layovers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what does it. It's the
And it,
layovers
yeah,
that does it when you're traveling on that level. Because I'm looking at going to the Philippines, and
uh,
I'm looking at that same amount of time.
yeah.
Same
So
amount of time.
I would say if you can go in business class or first class, do it, because I did coach, and it was like this.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was yeah, and to fly that long and being, you can't lay down or stretch out, and
That's
so it was, but you get through that, you go through that. Eventually, pretty soon, I'll be able to, do that business in first
there
class,
you go.
but
There you go.
it's that journey. So that's Singapore. Before that, I was in Istanbul, Turkey. I was invited by the company that I represent for it was their first franchise summit,
Oh,
because we're creating franchise opportunities through this. And then before that was Dubai. I attended my first, which was summit for the company. That's where I really met the directors of the company and the global individuals who are out there like myself, sharing the information about this. And that was the time that I was actually asked to be a global ambassador,
mm,
and represent and bring this to America, because they have a business entity in the state of Delaware, but now we're moving forward to getting a global headquarters in San Francisco, because we've just recently announced the IPO in 24 to 36 months. So that's really massive. And then before that, in 2012, I do want to share that 2012 was really our first big trip to the Amazon rainforest, and it was a sustainability
wow.
event, and we actually planted trees in the rainforest,
Wow,
and we
nice.
swam in the Amazon River, and uh, it was a challenge
Wow.
eating the food, but it was a
Oh,
wonderful
wow.
experience. Uh, and then since then, we've gone to Cozumel in 2016 on a diving excursion, and then
Mm,
in 2017 we went to Roatan on a diving trip, because we got certified in Rhode Island when we were living in Rhode Island, and when we were in Roatan, we went on a shark diving experience, and we
wow.
swam with the sharks. And I do have videos on my Facebook page of videoing the sharks that were swimming around us,
Wow.
and that was amazing. And then I was able to take him to in 2021 to Cancun, and then 2022 to Panama for winning a business trip, and
Oh,
we
wow.
attended that. But
Oh,
we have, yeah. So those are the first ones that the ones that we've, most memorable, and really really exciting, and was very blessed to be able to take him on on the Cancun and the Panama trip from a business perspective.
yes, because we need
Yeah.
to relax, right? We need to
Yep.
tranquila, relax. Just like you said, you're not letting your hair down, but just letting your stress out, right? Getting rid of stress and getting rid of stress and just
Yeah.
relax, because it's so important for us to
Right.
retreat so that we can refresh and reset. And in that way, we're rejuvenated to go on and go back into that work environment, whether it's working for someone else or working for yourself. You can go back, fully.
Right. Yeah.
Um, your height, your performance is just best.
Right.
It's wisdom and getting rest. And people have a tendency to say, I got to get this done. Sometimes when you step away from something and you just relax, and you just allow yourself to get rid of some of the stress, you actually show up, you perform a lot better.
Exactly. Yeah.
And just resting just allows you to rejuvenate, do those things that are necessary to rejuvenate. And I know for me, with all of this stuff that I do, a lot of times it's perceived as if I don't rest, and it's like I don't post everything on social media. I don't think that takes away from being in the moment and being present. What being present is, be where you are. Doesn't mean that you
Right.
have to show everybody your food and your dish. It's nice
Eh,
to do it sometimes, but don't do it all the time, because that means
Exactly.
that you're not present where you are. And so I do have a tendency to let my hair down. That's exactly why Lifestyles and Leisure Living was birthed. The magazine was birthed to let you know, like, yeah, I do know how to tranquilla. I do know how to chill out. And I understand the wisdom in that. And I think that that's the way that we preserve our life too, the longevity
Exactly.
of our life, the longevity of how we show up in our lives. And so that's what this really is all about. And also too, in educating and introducing to many who have never been to Singapore, who've never
Mhm.
been to Dubai, who've never been to Turkey, or Istanbul. Those people who've never, gone out, even to Cancun. I've not been to Cancun, and so it's just important. So inside the magazine, we show different locations. We've highlighted Dubai. We've highlighted the DMV, which is Washington. There's some. We do the signature meal. We do the
Mhm.
signature the entree. We do the signature drink. We do the signature dessert. And we also highlight in the magazine those those hot spots where people go, the hotels that they stay,
Right. Yeah.
so that you get an idea of not just that we're talking to you about Singapore, but we give you a look into that experience, or look into the featured location. And so, thank you so much for sharing that with us. But now we're going to shift over to fostering. You're embracing new ways of wealth in the modern world, because in order for us to live and go and travel and do these things, we got to have the money, right? So you
Exactly.
got to have the money, honey. So where
Yeah.
coming from? And so, embracing these true wealth in the modern world, and what that really means. Come dig into that, Jeffrey, because this is your heartbeat.
Sure. Thank you so much. So, I said earlier that I'm the CEO and founder of Abundance and Optimum Wellness, and when I formed the company, my whole tagline was, "We all should be living a life of abundance and optimum wellness, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially." And I talked about the everything except finances, and I've come to realize that. And I didn't, because my finances were not that great. Lost a ton of money between 9/11, 2008, with the real estate crash here in the United States. And then in 2022, another fairly big chunk of change, because the 401ks are going down to 101ks, and then one actually went to a 0K. So it was like I was desperate to find something that could change that trajectory of, living a comfortable lifestyle. It didn't want to be, well, I shouldn't say it didn't want to be. I wasn't thinking in the $1 million range of a retirement, but with the changes that I've made since then, it's now being pushed into the 7 and will be into the 8-figure range. And when I talk about true wealth, it's not money alone.
Right.
True wealth encompasses, it's a formula. For me, it's been a formula to achieve that true wealth lifestyle. It's, you are fit physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. And as you say, finances, obviously you need finances to travel, but really finances also give you more options. What are your options in the situation? If you had an extra $250,000 today, what would change about your options and what you want to do? I mean, I'm sure you've gone through and thought about, well, I would love to do this and I'd love to go there, but I don't have the money. And
Right.
that's most of the people out there today, because finances are the number one stressor. And when I was coaching for almost 4.5 years on gut health, I repped a company that focused on gut health, mental health, and it was science backed. It was clinically trialed. It was plant based. Um, Everybody, number one complaint was finances, because they
Yep.
didn't have the money to get themselves healthy. Because unfortunately, that type of product line is a little bit more expensive, because it's not utilized by millions and millions and millions of people. So, and when the financial aspect for me came in or for us in 2022, that's when we jumped on it. And my financial We talk about CEO of your life and owning, taking ownership of your life. And I can hear this right now as I'm talking about it. My financial planner went berserk when we liquidated our 401ks and diversified them into eight little projects.
Right.
You don't know what you're doing. This is crazy. Blah, 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 blah. And he said that, the market will come back. You just have to be patient. And I just said, wait a minute, dude, I'm going to be 70 years old in 2 years. I don't have time to wait anymore. So, we took that and we're truly blessed. Things are starting to come to fruition. We're in the 2025 bull market run, which is, a segment of time where the stock market and where now this digital world, things are increasing and you're gaining your rewards from not a quick get rich scheme, but something that evolves over time. So we're in that precedence right now.
Yeah.
And we're going to be able to, benefit from some of the rewards for, that dedication. So embracing new ways to true wealth. You know what? We're in a more modern world today than ever because the technologies that are being developed today are going to revolutionize the world in all aspects, and which includes finances in the next 3 to 5 to 10 years down the road. And just like back when in the computer days, people said, oh, computers won't last. Well, they're running the world today. Yes. So you need to embrace the technologies of today that are going to be changing the world for the future and take advantage of it, because there's a lot to benefit and there's a lot to reap from a personal and a business perspective financially in this new era.
Yes, you said it all. Listen, again, triple cover feature. So honored to have you, and just tickled pink when you wanted to put Joshua on the cover. So I said, you know what? Let's let's do it by all means. They do when we are ambitious and crazy enough to have all these ideas, and we have a partner that comes along and really supports that. We got to show that honor. We got to show where that support comes. We got to show that it's not just us, but it's those who come up under us that support us, that allow us the ability and the opportunity to own it in our lives, right? To own it in our lives. So we just want to say thank you so very much. How can the people get in touch and stay in touch with you, Jeffrey, along the way?
So I'm on social media, which is the place to find people. I have my own website, jeffreyeberger.biz. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, and I'm on LinkedIn. And everything is pretty much under Jeffrey E. Berger. I think it's Instagram is jeffrey.e.berger, but just look for the bald dude, and that's me. So come out and check what I've been posting. I've got some nice little commercials about what's going on with the bull market run this year. And there is still time for people to start really looking at this and benefit from this year. It will end in the end of 2025 and in 2026 because they run 12 to maybe 14 months or so. But I will say this, let me add this too, because AI is a major player in this whole industry. And with the collaboration of a $500 billion AI project that just transpired at the end of last month, this is going to give this product here. We have an educational metaverse. It's a metaverse educational system that has been tested in major colleges and schools around the world. And it's getting ready to be launched. We're in a pre-launch. And this is going to incorporate a virtual real estate segment to it, business, because businesses are going to run on AI. We're developing 5 countries within this whole metaverse, the metaverse platform. Wow. So it's very, very exciting. And it's hey, as they say back in the day, the early bird always gets the biggest worms. You can be that early bird and get some nice big worms.
Wow.
If you want.
Listen, don't sleep on them. Get connected with Dr. Berger. We love you so very much.
Thank
Jeff,
you.
thank you for being a part of our team and making us exceptional and staying on point with all this new technology and this new, world, the modern world of gaining your wealth. And that's what we want. We want to be wealthy, healthy, and well balanced and living a purposeful and fulfilling life. And so thank you, audience, for being with us today. We love you so very much. Take care. Be blessed. We're
Thank
out.
you. Bye.